Hi, my name is Ashley Fuegel. I'm the Vice President of Administration here at MGE. And for this week's tip, I want to talk to you about one of the most important roles in your practice, the receptionist. A lot of you will spend thousands of dollars on marketing, SEO, postcards, referral programs, care-to-share programs, etc., all the while overlooking one of the most important parts of those marketing efforts, the receptionist. Now, not only is the receptionist key to the new patient inflow into your practice, this person also plays an integral part on your patient retention and referrals. And despite the impact and importance that this role has in your practice, I often find the person holding the position to be the least trained, least experienced, and lowest paid position in the entire office. So when you look at it this way, it doesn't make all that much sense now, does it? I mean, this person is only handling all of your new patient incoming calls and clientele. Not that important, right? All right, now let's take a look at why this happens. The receptionist position tends to be a very easy position to train somebody to do. You can hire somebody with very little experience and very little training, bring them in and train them to do the job. They can check your patients in and out, greet them, handle the phones. It doesn't take as much training as, say, a patient coordinator or the office manager, for example. So they get pretty good at the job, and then usually they end up getting promoted in the office. They become the scheduler or the office manager, etc., and you start all over again with a newbie on the front desk, and the cycle repeats. So let's take a different view of this role and the importance it has to your office. This person is the ambassador of your practice. They're the first person your patient sees when they walk in. They're the person that handles every incoming phone call. They are the representation of your practice and of you to your patient base. Whenever we have a client pouring money into proven marketing that doesn't seem to work for them, the first place we look for the problem is the receptionist. They either have the wrong person on the position, or the person on the position is completely untrained and doesn't actually know how to do their job effectively. And 9 times out of 10, that's where they're having the problem. All right, now the purpose of this tip is not to get into how to train your receptionist. We have numerous articles and tips regarding this exact subject, which you can find here linked in the description below. What I want to focus on in this tip is having a receptionist with the ideal skill set for the job. I'm going to break this down into 3 points. Number 1, the person has to have great, not good, great communication skills. You can't have somebody that's shy or backed off or doesn't really like talking to people. You don't want somebody who prefers a desk job where they're kind of over in the corner handling paper. You want somebody that's upbeat and cheerful and really loves interacting and talking with people. Now, you can't always control how a person sounds on the phone, but one tip I find helps is if you tell the receptionist to answer the phone with a smile. It's kind of hard to sound frustrated or bored when you're smiling. I can't tell you how many offices I've called and thought if I was actually a patient calling into that office, there's no way I would go there, despite how good the reviews were or how beautiful their website was, or even if I was referred by somebody. So the receptionist must sound and be upbeat and in good communication with your patients at all times. Now, communication skills can always be improved. With our online training platform, DDS Success, we have a number of courses specifically devoted to the receptionist as well as communication skills. The second thing is that the person must have the ability to manage their environment and the people around them. What do I mean by this? Well, first of all, they must have the attitude that they can proactively make things happen. They can get that new patient scheduled or on the phone with the office manager or patient coordinator. They can get the schedule full. They can ensure that the patients show up for their appointments. They can handle the ringing phone and the 5 patients standing in front of them. That's the type of person that can proactively handle their environment. The second part of this is they can't get frazzled or overwhelmed with all the things going on at the front desk. I can tell you as somebody who's personally held a reception position, there can be a lot going on at one time. And if that person gets overwhelmed or frazzled by that, they're the wrong person for your front desk. Some people like a job that handles one thing at a time, and that's all right, but they're not all right for your front desk. And finally, the third point. You have to have somebody on the position that really loves the job. Of course, you could say to me, isn't it important that everybody loves their job? Yes, of course, a person's going to do better when they like what they're doing. However, it's particularly important for the receptionist position. If this person hates what they're doing and is miserable, gets annoyed when the next call comes in or that patient that walks through the front door, that's going to come across to the patients. They're going to perceive that. They're going to know. I'm sure you can think of times you've personally experienced that. You walked in and you thought, well, great, I'm glad I'm here. This person clearly doesn't even care that I've come into this practice. All right, so let's wrap this up. I want you to find somebody that has good communication skills, great communication skills, has very good command of their environment, and loves that position, loves to talk to people, and really is partnered with you in growing that practice from their position on the front desk. All right, when you find that person, leave them on your front desk. Don't immediately promote them to another position. Now, I'm not trying to get in the way of anybody wanting to be promoted here. Obviously, you want your employees to grow in the practice, but find somebody that really loves the job. I can tell you here at MGE, I've had the same fantastic receptionist for 7 years now, depending on when you're watching this tip. And as I mentioned earlier, I often find that this position is one of the lowest paid positions in the office. I suggest changing that. Take a look at all the money that you're currently spending on your marketing to get new patients. And remember that the receptionist is the ambassador of your practice. All right, now take a look. Do you have the right person on your front desk? If you don't know the answer, do some mystery calls. Call in the middle of the day and pretend to be a patient and see how the receptionist handles you. Stand in the back and listen to how your patients are handled, or have a friend or family member do a mystery call. See if you are handled the way you would expect the receptionist to handle you, and based on the tips I've given you here. You never know what you're going to find. You may solve all your new patient and patient retention problems by replacing or spending some more time training the front desk. All right, well, I hope this tip helps. For more information on MGE, you can visit us online at mgeonline.com or give us a call at 800-640-1140. See you back next time.